Hey guys, how we doing? It's Mr. Carter here, ready to do math lesson 3.1, exploring equivalent fractions through equal sharing. Here's our learning target. I understand how to extend my understanding of fraction equivalence by solving number stories that involve equally shared quantities. That's a lot there, but we'll walk through that together and talk about what that means. All right, here's our math message. Two brothers go to lunch and share three 8-inch pizzas equally. How much pizza does each brother get? Well, let's find out. Again, here is our problem. So I'm going to have one brother here, and I'm going to represent our pizzas by circles. So that's one 8-inch pizza and another 8-inch pizza, and we have a total of three 8-inch pizzas. Here we go. So first question, is there enough for each brother to have a whole pizza? Well, absolutely. So we're going to go yes. So here's one pizza. We're going to give it to that brother. Here's the other pizza. We're going to give it to this brother. Then we're going to take this pizza here, the third pizza. We're going to cut it in half. So 1/2 and 1/2. We're going to give that brother a half a pizza, and we're going to give that brother the other half of the pizza. That means each brother gets one whole and a half pizza. Let's look at this problem again. So here's the first brother. Here's the second brother. And again, here's our three pizzas. This time, we're going to cut all the pizzas into two equal parts. So here we go. So we have we're going to cut that and cut that. Cut those pizzas in half. So 1/2 will go to this brother. And I'm going to show this by different colors. So this brother over here is going to have the red arrow, and this brother over here will get a blue arrow. So this brother's getting half. We're going to take that slice and give it to this brother. That half's going to go to the first brother, and then that half will go to this brother, and then this half will go to the first brother again, and that half will go to this brother here. So if we take a look at what portion each brother is getting, so each brother will get 3/2 of a pizza. And look, if you count your red arrows, we have 1/2, 2/2, and 3/2 are going to this brother, and the blue brother over here will get 1/2, 2/2, and 3/2. So there we go. So each brother is getting 3/2 of a pizza. Let's look at the same problem and do it a different way. So here's the first brother, here's the second brother, here's our three pizzas. But this time we're going to cut all the pizzas into 4 parts. So take that pizza, cut it into 4 slices, 4 slices, and 4 slices. So this time our pizza is cut into fourths. Now, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to have brother A over here, again in red, and brother B over here in blue. So we have 1/4 is going to go to brother A, and I did it in red so that you can tell the difference. So the red fourth will be going to brother A. We have a blue fourth, brother B, and we're just going to continue sharing equally these slices of pizza. So 1/4 for brother A, brother B, brother A, brother B, brother A in red, brother B in blue, brother A, brother B, brother A, brother B. Again, we're making sure that each brother is getting an equal share of the pizza. So now each brother gets 6/4 of the pizza. And if I count all the blue, oh, sorry, let me go back. Oops, didn't mean to do that. If I go back to this screen, all right, so again, let's go through that. So blah, blah, blah. Sorry about that. Okay, so now each brother gets 6/4 of the pizza. So if I count, let's count brother A's slices. So he has 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, and 6/4. So that's how we're getting 6/4. And again, if you want to count brother B, you can do the same. So it's 1/4 for brother B, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, and 6/4. So each brother is getting an equal share of the pizza. Now let's look at this problem a little more closely. So the first time when we solved the problem, we got the answer 1/2. The second time we solved this problem, we got the answer 3/2. The third time we solved this problem, we got the answer 6/4. So here's my question. Do the fractions 1/2, 3/2, and 6/4 name the same amount of pizza? Yes, they do, because 1.5, 3.5, and 6/4 are all equivalent fractions. What does that mean? Well, each pizza was divided into different sized parts. Like the first time we just left the pizza whole, the first two pizzas whole, and then we cut the other one in half. And then the second time we cut the pizza into halves. And then the last time we took the pizzas and cut them into 4 slices, right? So again, every time each pizza was divided into this different size parts, some larger and some smaller. But no matter what the size of the parts, the 3 brothers are still sharing the 3 pizzas equally. So they get the same amount of pizza. So 1.5 is the same as saying 3 halves is saying the same as 6/4. Here's a different problem. 6 hikers share 4 pounds of trail mix equally. How many pounds of trail mix does each hiker get? Well, here we go. So I'm going to do the hikers in different colors. So we have hiker 1, hiker 2, hiker 3, hiker 4, and hiker 5, and hiker 6. So they're different shades. Now we have our pounds of trail mix. So we have 1 pound, and I'm going to use circles to represent our pounds of trail mix. So 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, and 4 pounds of trail mix. Well, the first and logical way to share this, make sure that you're sharing it equally, is to cut each pound into 6 equal shares. So because we have 6 hikers, so we're just going to take each pound and go hiker and give each hiker a slice of the circle. So there we go. So I'm cutting my pound of trail mix into 6 slices. So this is what it would look like. So hiker 1 will get a slice, hiker 2, hiker 3, hiker 4, hiker 5, and hiker 6. Now, since it's cut into 6 slices, each of these slices are worth 1/6, right? So, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But here we go. I'm just going to continue passing out slices of the pound. So hiker 1, hiker 2, hiker 3, 4, hiker 5, hiker 6, and I'm just going to continue going, making sure that each hiker gets an equal share of every pound of trail mix. So each hiker in this case will get 4/6 of a pound of trail mix because the circle represents a pound of trail mix and each slice is 1/6. So let's take a look at hiker 1. Hiker 1 gets 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, and 4/6. So that way we know that each hiker is going to get 4/6 of a pound. And if you look at hiker 2, it's the same thing, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, okay? Look at this problem again. Again, same scenario. We got 6 hikers sharing 4 pounds of trail mix. So there's our 6 hikers. But this time, I'm going to take my pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. This is the 4th pound here. But you'll notice that I didn't cut it into 6, but rather I cut each pound into thirds, like 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, right? So again, I'm going to make sure that each hiker gets an equal share. So I'm just going to start with hiker 1, give him a third or her a third. Hiker 2 is going to get a third. Hiker 3, hiker 4, hiker 5, hiker 6. So again, I'm just going to continue sharing equally all the pounds of trail mix. So hiker 1, hiker 2, hiker 3, hiker 4, hiker 5, hiker 6. So there we go. The 4 pounds of trail mix have been shared equally. That way now each hiker gets 2/3 of a pound of trail mix. And let's look again at hiker 1. Hiker 1 gets 1/3 here and another third there. That equals 2/3. 1/3, 2/3. And again, if you look at all the hikers, they get the same amount. Hiker 2 gets 1/3 and a second third here, so 2/3. So here's my question. Do 4/6 and 2/3 refer to the same whole? This is coming back to the same problem. So before, the first time, the hikers got 4/6 of a pound of trail mix, and the second time, they got 2/3. Well, yes, they do refer to the same whole. They all refer to the same whole, which is a pound of trail mix, right? So if we go back a slide, and I show you this, each of these circles is 1 pound of trail mix. So they each get 2/3 of a pound. So the key to this, friends, is that the wholes are all the same. So that's how we know that they are equal shares, right? So again, 4/6 and 2/3 refer to the same whole, and the whole is pounds. Well, my second question, are 4/6 and 2/3 equivalent fractions then? Yes, of course. They are equivalent fractions. Each hiker is getting the same amount of trail mix. How do you know that 4/6 and 2/3 are equivalent fractions? So let's dive into this a little bit closer. So this first time, we had our pounds, and they were cut into sixths. This time, we had the same pound, the same whole, cut into thirds. So here again, we had 4/6, right? 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6. And again, I'm looking just at hiker 1. Here's the second scenario where they got 2/3. Again, look at hiker 1. He got, or she got 2/3, 1/3, 2/3. So let's line them up and take a look again. So here's our pounds. Once again, 4 pounds of trail mix. 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds of trail mix. The first scenario, again, they were cut into 1/6 of a pound. Again, 4 pounds here, 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds. But this time they were cut into thirds. So hiker 1, just pulling out hiker 1's portion this time. So there we go. There's our 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Here is our 2/3. 1/3 and 2/3. Same amount, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece here, this 6, and I'm going to just slide it over to this piece over here. And again, so I didn't really change anything. I just took it from this pound and I moved his portion over here. Watch what I'm going to do again. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to take this 6 and I'm going to move it over closer to this 6. There we go. So now you can see that they are the same, because if you look, 2/6 is the same as saying 1/3. Over here, 2/6 again is saying the same as 1/3. So 4/6, if you put them all together, 4/6 would be the same as saying 2/3. These are equivalent. All right, here's another problem. 5 campers share 3 yards of blue string equally to make bracelets. How much string does each camper get? So again, I'm going to use different colors to represent the campers. Camper 1, camper 2, 3, 4, and 5. This time I'm going to use rectangles to represent the yards of blue string. So here's 1 yard of blue string, 2 yards of blue string, 3 yards of blue string. Now again, the easiest way to share this equally is to just cut our yards into 5 pieces, because there's 5 campers. So camper 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and I'm going to share them with each camper. And we'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to cut each yard 5 different ways. So camper 1, camper 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're each getting an equal share of the string. In camper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this scenario, each camper gets 3/5 of a yard of string, because each portion here is a fifth. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. So take a look. If we just focus on camper 1 again, camper 1 gets 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. And if we count all the others, again, they would all get 3/5 of a yard of string. Same problem. I'm going to do the same thing with the campers again. Camper 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But this time what I'm going to do is, and here's our 3 yards of string, so 2 yards, 3 yards, right? I'm going to now cut my yards into 10 equal slices, and I just fast forwarded it here. So each yard has 10 pieces, 1/10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each piece is a tenth. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, and so on and so on. So again, I'm going to divvy them up equally. Camper 1, 2, camper 3, camper 4, camper 5. I'm going to start over again. Camper 1, camper 2, camper 3, camper 4, camper 5, and so on and so on. So if I just continued, it would look like this, right? So in this scenario, each camper is getting 6/10 of a yard of string, and let's count them. So let's count camper 1 again. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. There we go. So again, do the fractions 3/5 and 6/10 refer to the same whole? Yes, 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 they do. They all refer to a yard. That means that 3/5 and 6/10 are equivalent fractions. Now I'll take a look at pages 68 and 69 in your math journal. They look like this. They're asking you to show a couple different ways that you can split up whatever they're trying to share equally. So just like what I did, like I came up with one scenario of cutting, sharing something, like whether it was the pizza or the yards of string. I showed you a couple different ways. That's what they would like you to do in your math journal. All right, friends. Hope this was helpful. Take care.